Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
We'll just ask you to tell us your names and the institutions that you come from.
My name is Philip Boise, and I'm a founding director of RESIDENCY Addresses and Resident Foundation.
Okay.
My name is
Okay.
My name is Kuchu Power. I'm a previous student at the Focus University. My program is
Great. So for you guys to be here this week, you definitely know that you took part in one of the hackathons. So just tell us, which hackathon did you take part in at the Mukuba UniPod?
Personally, I participated in the Letter of Light hackathon.
Okay. And how was your experience in that hackathon?
The experience was very great because we had a chance to learn about a lot. The chance to learn about how to identify the problem that surrounds, how to ideate, and right now we are even at the stage of prototyping.
Great. So since you guys are at the stage of prototyping, we would like to know what problem were you addressing even as you were coming up with this prototype?
So, load shedding apparently is kind of a devastating thing that many people are facing, and we always put the blame on ZESCO, but looking at the statistics and the demand of power, we cannot entirely put it on ZESCO because we do not have sufficient sources of power. So increasing demand of power is actually the problem that we are addressing.
Thank you very much. And would like to know now to dive into the solution that you came up with. So tell us the solution that you came up with to address this particular problem.
Okay, our solution is called Kuchu Power Innovation. It's aimed at addressing the new sources and solutions in which power can be tackled, and it brings into light where new platforms are established where power can be localized into local sources. What I mean by that is where power shouldn't be only coming from the main source, but we can localize power sources. For example, putting a power plant at the market that is able to supply that particular market, like a solar system. So that one is the technical strategy that we're actually using to ensure that we supply and supplement power sources, and it can accommodate other people. Then we also have a technical aspect in which we're looking into the innovation of introducing the solar panel system and solar power supply, which can sustain households and other users as well.
Amazing. So for potential investors out there that could be watching and want to at least have a feel of a prototype and see just how it works, could you just show us a bit of how it works so that people can get to see what you've come up with so far?
Sure. So if you can see right here, this is a solar panel that we actually have, which is like the main supply of power, and our supply system will be based on the location and also population of an area. So this is the power that is available from the solar system.
Okay.
The system uses smart meter promotion, where we are able to detect the power supply that we are giving out to the people and how people are using, and also giving them alerts through their system. So our system has got that alert, and if I plug in right now, the system will be able to detect the power that we are supplying to the users, and once it detects, we can authorize, and people can start receiving power just like that on time.
Potential investors out there who would like to see just a demonstration of how the prototype of your innovation works, could you just kindly demonstrate so that we could see what you have worked on so far?
Sure. So our innovation is on solar system. So this is our solar plant that is able to supply power. And then we also have a smart meter system that is able to detect and see how much power we're receiving from the solar plant and how we can distribute it to all our users that are actually benefiting from it. And then we have the system here that enables us to distribute the power to the people, and now we can control the power that we are giving out. So for instance, in our smart system, I can give a demonstration of activating it. After activating it, we can now set power to be distributed to various people. And once it's activated from the system, and the system detects, power will be activated to the people. So this means people are now receiving power in their homes, and distribution. They are actually using it for various ways. And the most unique part about our technique and innovation is that power can also be interactive, where they can share to other people, and they can also see how they are using it and what appliances they're also using. The socket that is connected is able to show how the power is being used. And my colleague can explain more on the software part of how this system is working.
Okay, so when it comes to the software part, mostly we're dealing with efficiency, because one of the leading problems to why a lot of people are having power cuts is because they do not know how to use power. So there's a lot of wastage. This system ensures that people use electricity or the energy in an efficient manner. So I'm going to give a quick overview of what's happening here. So this is like the main dashboard. There is a solar plant status there showing the plant capacity of our
Solar panel. So this indication simply directs to show that people are overusing power according to the power that we have indicated that each user should use. So when people get to overuse power, it will finish and it will give an alert before it's done. And then people are able to purchase that power through our system, whereby they can buy from the frame. So this is the Panda family. They are able to buy power, and when they buy power like that and receive power from the colleague, power is restored back to them. So it's a system that allows you to share power to your colleague, and just not by only buying from us, but you also be able to do a transaction where you're able to share power to others as well. So this makes it easy for users. They are interactive with an application. They see how their daily usage is, and there's flow diagrams that will show their daily usage, and also how they can sell power, how they can use their power, and how they can interact with their power. So this system is technically what we are calling a Kuchu Power innovation.
Amazing. And just
to add on the part of efficiency, we're talking about preserving power.
Okay.
So this means if we have got excess energy in our system, we export the remaining energy to ZESCO, which is also like a good initiative to also help people who do not have enough energy outside our system. Yeah.
Amazing. So this is a very good innovation, and just before we wrap up, we would just like you to let the people out there know what help have you received from Mukuba UniPod during your innovation, right from ideation all the way to this stage of prototyping.
Okay, innovating is not an easy thing, because if you are trying to come up with a solution, you find that when you sit down to start coming up with ideas, there are a lot of ideas that will normally come about, and if you don't think about them in detail, you think they're so much easy to solve, but then when you give a thought, that's when you realize that there are things that you need to align and put together. So Mukuba UniPod actually started with giving us a mentorship program that equipped us with the knowledge on how we can go about the systematic way of solving problems that we can identify, and now we can manage them. And that knowledge is actually what helped us to come up with the problem that we identified, and see how the uniqueness of this problem can be solved by implementing solutions that can be sustainable. So that is one way we were helped, and my colleague can add more.
Collaboration is like one of the biggest aspects of what I learned, because we do not create things on our own. Usually you can come up with an idea, but then it's not like the full thing of what might help solve the real problem. So most of the times it's all about collaboration, knowing people and understanding their perspectives, and also just learning to work together with people from different backgrounds and also diversities.
Great. Thank you very much for sharing us with sharing with us about your innovation. As Mukuba UniPod, we are very glad to have you on this program, and we wish you all the best as you continue refining this prototype, and we definitely look forward to seeing this innovation going greater and reaching higher on the market so that people can get to use this great innovation. So thank you very much for sharing with us, and see you next time.
Thank you.